Trump campaign just released an ad. It's sort of an ad, I guess. It's produced by the Trump campaign, and it's a sort of mock, true crime show that's just making fun of all those sad, senile aspects of Joe.
My name's Joe Biden. I'm a Democratic candidate for the United States Senate. Corn Pop was a bad dude. I'm a Democrat. I'm not going nuts.
You'd be the oldest president in American history.
Are you Winston Churchill? All right, Chuck. Thank you very much.
It's Chris, but anyway.
It would put 720 million back in the workforce. We choose truth over facts.
Hello, and welcome to the first episode of what we call
Truth Over Facts.
Today we're examining the curious case of Sleepy Joe and, the thing. Our investigation begins at a recent campaign stop in Texas. Join us next time when we will work with a renowned sketch artist who will reveal who or what is a lying, dog-faced pony soldier.
Oh man, what a great series. I hope there really are more of these. It plays to so many important points. One, Trump, and the Trump campaign certainly, gets the country. Okay, do you remember a few weeks ago there was the Lincoln Project as a group of disgruntled former Republicans who hate Donald Trump and conservatism, apparently, and conservative policies. And so they ran this big ad campaign called Morning in America, but it was MOURNING. It's Donald Trump is really bad. It's morning in America. He's really bad. Don't vote for Trump. Trump. And it seemed like an ad from 90s TV, not like an ad from 2020 digital culture. Well, this is the opposite of that, right? What the Trump campaign realizes is that stuff's so dated, it's so played out. People want to be entertained a little bit. They don't want this to be a scary ad. They don't want it to club them over the head. They want it to entertain them a little bit. Ronald Reagan was very good at entertaining people. Donald Trump very good at entertaining people. And true crime, just as a genre of entertainment, is almost certainly the most popular one in the whole country. When you look at podcasts, true crime shoots to the top of the charts. People love those true crime shows. And so it's a mock true crime show making fun of Joe Biden. Look, no one's afraid of Joe Biden. Certainly none of our foes around the world, but no one in the United States. No one's afraid of Joe Biden, okay? They can say, oh yeah, he's creepy with women and okay, whatever. No, nobody. We've known Joe for a long time. It's fine. And now he's a sort of frail, older gentleman. So really no one's afraid. The real attack is he's a joke. Make him into a joke and laugh at him. It's going to have a much, much more damaging effect on him in 2020. So that's how he goes after Biden. He goes after, in a similar way, Nancy Pelosi, even off the cuffs. You remember the other day, Nancy Pelosi referred to Donald Trump as morbidly obese in this gratuitous comment on a television show. So Trump was asked about that, and he just swatted her away.
Last night, Nancy, Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi, called you morbidly obese. I just wanted to know what you had to say in response.
Oh, I don't respond to her. I think she's a waste of time. These people are sick. Pelosi is a sick woman. She's got a lot of problems, a lot of mental problems. We're dealing with people that have to get their act together for the good of the country. Okay, thank you very much.
I like this. I like this kind of response. I mean, I wish we lived in a time, it would be much better if we lived in a time where people had civility and grace and just sort of really witty repartee. We don't, okay? We don't. That's not the time that we live in. We're not going to have sort of Churchillian zingers going back and forth necessarily, or some kind of really elevated speech. This is the kind of world we're living in, and if we're living in this world, I want Donald Trump to be on my side. Nancy Pelosi called you fat. Oh yeah, I think she's crazy. Now, it seems like a tit for tat, but it's not really, because what Pelosi did was go for this kind of physical issue that Trump has that a lot of people have. Namely, being a little overweight. Who do you know that isn't a little overweight? I mean, this is America, for goodness sake. Everybody's a little bit overweight. So that doesn't play as well. You go for a physical thing that describes virtually everybody. What Trump does is then go for a mental thing, which doesn't describe everybody. No, very few people in this country are as crazy as Nancy Pelosi. But he goes for that mental thing because that is psychological. That is using your faculties of reason. That is what we're really doing when we engage in politics, right? We're dealing with issues. The leaders of this country are using their minds and their brains, hopefully, to guide ourselves. Doesn't matter what they look like necessarily. Winston Churchill was a big fat guy too. So I don't think that was like a real knock against him. And so I think Trump is focusing on the more important thing here. Now, what that means into 2020, who knows? I think that the left knows that they're really not looking good. Pelosi's not playing well. Joe Biden's certainly not playing well. So you're going to hear a lot more shenanigans about mail-in voting. They're going to probably try to minimize the conventions, and Republicans would be crazy to let them do it. We should have a big showing for these conventions. We should make sure people show up to vote, because I think when people are engaging with the reality of this campaign and the reality of voting, real life in person, I don't think it's going to go very well for the left.